Anyway, I don't want to get involved. What I'm saying is, it takes intelligence to exploit, and exploitation is good, because exploitation is integration, inclusive. If you are not exploited, you would not get the money to have access to food, home, and things you need to survive. Okay? Because according to the powers that be, anything, any plant, any animal that is not exploitable is a terrorist threat. You understand where I'm coming from? I don't know what I'm saying. Do you have some confused people that talks about racism is exclusion? If racism is exclusion, why does a racist country like Britain welcome immigrants? And why do immigrants that are not racist, why do they migrate to a racist country? Think about it. If immigrants are not racist, what the hell are they doing coming to a racist country? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Alright? So we have a problem. Some people are confused. They think that racism is part of human nature. That means you could identify the racists by the way they look. That is problematic. Because if the police takes this argument seriously, all the police have to do to fight racism is get some silver bullets and shoot. You understand what I'm saying? On the other hand, if racism is an ideology, then all we need is a professor with some books. And we need people to have an education. You cannot fight racism by going on the street and kicking somebody's whatever, or putting down a statue. Alright? If racism is an ideology, and when I say an ideology, I mean a science. And if you got problems with racism, how are you going to deal with nationalism? And if you get problems with nationalism, how are you going to deal with fascism? Do you understand what I'm saying? Racism is very primitive. It deals with your body. Nationalism is not about your body. And fascism is all about the money. And if you don't know about money, my friend, if you don't know about money, you might as well call in the undertaker.
Very expensive.
Very expensive. Yeah, okay. That was a point. But anyway, I don't want to get involved in it. But some people are confused. They think that race is racism. And some people think sex is sexism. For a macho male, because men that are masculine and patriarchal are homosexuals. Okay? In other words, men only recognize men and they dominate the landscape. So if the female exists in that environment, the only freedom she has is to act like a man. Otherwise, if she don't talk like men and act like men, she wouldn't be recognized.
That's Mrs. Thatcher for you.
That's why a lot of women walk around with jeans. Because when a woman wears trousers, it means she has graduated into genius and intelligence. It has to do with the magic trousers. Okay? Because women's bodies are not beautiful. Men's bodies are like the French. Something wrong with it. So the only way a woman can express her beauty is by looking like a young boy. Because on the streets of Hollywood, young boys are very attractive. Okay? So that's how homosexuality is very prominent in the culture. So females have to act like men, talk like men, for the brothers to recognize them as one of the boys. That's why females are homosexuals, because they betray the goddess, the femininity. But I don't want to get involved, because this is postmodernism. You must not concern yourself with the living. A dead statue is more important and alive than you are. Now, in terms of America, the Statue of Liberty should be taken down, because the Statue of Liberty was imported from France, which is a slave-running country. And if you're talking about slavery, what about the betrayal? What about the betrayal of the elites in Africa that sold their brothers? They sold their brothers to the Muslims and the Christian slavers. There is total betrayal. The earth is betrayed, the trees are betrayed, the children are betrayed. Thank you. Trees produce oxygen. You need oxygen. You'll be better off uniting with trees. Russia don't compete with you, because the Russians don't have an empire. France have an empire. It's got French Guyana, Martinique, New Caledonia. It's got territories in Africa. That's why the French could criticize us for not having good chocolates, because France have these African dictators that give them cheap cocoa. You know what is terrorism? Terrorism is stupidity, ignorance, blind obedience, and junk food. The terrorist is anyone that is working for the French. Anyone that creates terror, that make us make money, is a freedom fighter, a Democrat. You young people, you have a problem. If you don't think for yourself, you have to follow a psychopath that tells you to go west when you should have been going east. Teachers take risks. You understand what I'm saying? It's important that you know and aware of your power, your biopower, in order for you to exercise control and discipline so that you can have healthy relationships. Because there is power in your eyes. There is power in your tongue, power in your body, power in your heart. But if you don't have the dignity and the courage to recognize your own power, and you give it away for free, you give it to an idiot. What do you think is going to happen? Why do women empower abusers? Why do poor countries empower powerful countries that is preparing to annihilate them? Why do poor countries in Africa give their raw materials to arms manufacturers that commit crime? Don't blame the British for selling arms. Arms do not come from heaven. Arms have to be manufactured. The raw materials have to come from mining corporations. Mining corporations operate in the land. The Africans have betrayed the mountain, the river, the lion, and the earth. Nobody escapes. Because one day Mother Earth is going to start to tremble.
Remember, we had Calcon, and there are many
It's good that people remain calm. Because when you're calm, your brain works better. Always remain calm. Because your brain needs quietness in order to protect you. That's why abusers create stressful situations. So your energy is not balanced, and your brain doesn't have the peace to think for you. So always remain calm.
These are healthy with a day. I can go home, find someone, £10,000, go out, come here next week, come out, just dialogue.
You don't have to be mature. Don't be a man. And allow your emotions to fly without thinking. But be careful. Because language is not as innocent as it appears. When he speaks, he is constructing power, game.
You know it, we know it.
Explain with your mind.
And I love my black brothers. They love me.
Because he is defining what is normal to him.
We are a union. It's called the Black Flag.
And you can only define what is normal
It's a government.
by excluding what is not.
It's a government. We are
So be very careful.
in America, Jamaica,
It's called discourse theory. The way you use a word will have an impact
we share information around the world. It goes from England
on its meaning,
to America to Jamaica, back to
and those who do not
Miami.
allow to negotiate the discourse, they are denying the power and the freedom to think their own way. So be careful, my friend. Yes, but if she is intelligent, as you claim, doesn't mean you understand what I'm saying? If she's intelligent, she knows she's intelligent. So why you have to tell her something she already knows? No, but you are the one that is not intelligent enough to recognize our intelligence to decide for herself. You see what men do? This is a power game. He misread your quietness. He thinks because you are not shouting like me getting crazy, it means you're not thinking. Madam, madam, you know who you are, you know how you feel. You don't have to justify yourself, explain yourself to any man. Okay? Just be yourself and relax. Okay? Because man is living in a world of insecurity. They feel inferior, inadequate. So they have to posture as if they're tough. But they're not. Because in this, the power of silence. There is power in silence, not in noise. He's acting like Trump. Making a lot of yeah. It's so nonsense. But anyway, you are free to give up your power quietness. So, why don't you allow the femininity in you to harmonize?
Shalom.
Salute. Very important. There are so many regimes of power. Ideally speaking, in a relationship, abusive, because many people don't know and understand power. So when they engage or have a relationship, they cannot organize their power in a positive way, harmonious way. Because I'll give you an example. Crudely, patriarchy, masculinity, they're into domination because they see power as dominance, ego, competitive. But for femininity, the feminist approach is not power, it's empowerment. Okay? In other words, you employ power strategically, adequately, appropriately, not for its own sake. Okay? Men are mistaken. And they don't know it. All men are misogynists. Not all males are, okay? Males are okay. Males have a potential. Pure energy. Now, being French makes sense, okay?
Now you are expressing your patriotism. I like that phrase.
No, so. The French are different from us. So, the French are different from us. And we are different from the French. Everybody is different except me. The French are nationalists, we are patriots.
What's the difference?
The French,
What's the
I'll
difference?
explain it.
There is something that I don't like.
The French are foxy,
You
we
just
hunt foxes.
you just
You can't do that. Excuse me, Gally. You can't do that.
and
That's
you
against the law.
put everybody in the same bag.
No, Ali, you can't do that.
In France, you are racist, you are black.
Sorry?
You want to cut it.
So I want him to make a decision. Is he a global player, or is he in the fantasy of French colonial?
So you're a citizen of the world. They can't argue.
Hey, there's no such thing as citizen of the world.
I know. I don't know what it means either. Say you're a citizen of the world, then they can't accuse you of nationalism.
My friend, if you're a French citizen through the United Nations, you're automatically a citizen of the world, okay? Because France, being a member of the UN, okay, you have legal
Why are you wearing a British flag?
okay? Sorry?
Why are you wearing the British flag?
It's a free country. You got a problem with it?
No, I'm just asking.
Is it illegal to wear? Is it illegal to wear the UN flag in England? It's like mental.
Question.
He is in the United Kingdom, and he has a problem with the UK citizens wearing their own flag. Where are you guys from? Is this guy serious?
No, I don't have a problem. I'm just asking a question.
What you do, man?
My friend, it's a negative question. Where are you? You are in London. What is London?
This is not London. This is
London is the center. Stefan, don't laugh.
This isn't London.
You
This is
stupid,
Westminster.
don't laugh. It's not nice to laugh at your own stupidity. London is the capital of the British nation. We want energy because we want to discover another planet. Because the immigrants are coming and they want to enjoy our lifestyle. That means we need raw materials. My friend, it's not a joke.
They don't like to. They don't look to
My
British
friend,
people.
do you know what I'm talking about?
We don't.
The earth is running out of valuable resources and he's laughing his ass off. Water is running out. Time is running out. And unless we find another planet where we could get cheap raw materials like the French get cheap cocoa from Africa, my friend, we are lucky. We have small bananas from Jamaica. But thanks to Trump, we could have big bananas from Latin America. Sir, Professor Benedict Anderson, he wrote a book called The Imagined Community.
Oh, it's very good. I studied it in my anthropology course at university. It's a very good text.
Sir, I'm a patriot, but I have 6 locks on my front door. I love my country, but I don't love it that much to leave my front door insecure, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but
My friend, I
don't understand what.
My friend, but that's the point. If you understand what I was saying, it means you don't know what's going on. Okay? He knows about bullshit. He's been standing here for 15 minutes collecting it. You know, I don't understand these bullshit collectors. If you know that there is bullshit, why are you standing here?
We watch TV,
You see,
bullshit, and we watch
in
TV.
India, bullshit is fuel. It's biomass, okay? Alright? President Bush invests a lot on biomass in America. He contact all... Don't be stupid.
Asking a question.
He contact all these farmers that produce pigs and pig farm to get their biomass together and recycle it. So there's nothing wrong with bullshit, sir. Bullshit is environmentally friendly.
That's
What you gotta
crap.
watch out for is dioxin. You gotta watch Dow chemicals.
It makes sense. You're starting to make sense.
My friend, if I'm making sense to you, I'm saying the wrong thing. Now where are we? I don't even know where I am, but I'm enjoying myself.
We're in London.
Where are we right now? Tell us where we are right now.
We have
Where
a
we are in the
French.
conversation. Where are we on the planet?
We
Where is
have,
the
my
planet?
friend.
We have no idea.
Where? Thank you very much.
We have no idea.
But to be honest, that's the best thing
Whenever
about
there is a French agent in our midst, we have to speak in a way so that the French don't understand where we're coming from.
That's a bit,
Because we have interests to protect.
that's a bit francophobic.
We want our women to wear bikinis The French like to test nuclear weapons on them. We have got a lot of multinational corporations that is putting a lot of chemicals on the land, trying to control water, and then in order to do their business. What model would you recommend for us to sustain life for wild animals, to live so that children would see them in the wild?
Socialism. I try that. The problem is.
No, you're learning fast. That is good.
You talk about water, animals. Do you like animals?
It's very macho. You see, this is what happens when you follow the penis. You have to think linear. You got to know where you're going. You see, when you talk like a woman, you're talking in circles. You get lost, isn't it? My friend, get rid of your penis. It's of no use to you. Your penis is a liability. You have a penis and you're not even relaxed. Look at all these women. They could laugh without a penis. Can you laugh without a penis? You see how men are messed up. They have no idea. No idea. My friend, it's not about the penis. It's about the ideology of phallocentrism. It's the fantasy you have about it. Because these macho guys are so penis dependent. If they can't exercise their primitive power, they have a penis substitute like a knife, a gun, a missile. What's this obsession with phallocentrism culture?
I knew women don't have
correct what I said.
Women are so obsessed with their weight because they have so much pressure to look good for men. They go crazy. You've never had a girlfriend, clearly. Yeah.
No. You were talking about women that is defined by patriarchy.
So every single woman.
Yes. Every single man and every single woman is a misogynist and a misandrist.
Including you?
Females, no, please. Let me finish. We're talking about men and women. We're not talking about females. Not every female. What's the distinction? Not every female buy into or legitimize the construction of the body as a sperm bank and a baby factory. We're talking about how the female uses her potential to negotiate through society, culture, and ideology. The reason why women put on weight is because masculinity and patriarchy control all the space. What about me? I put on weight. I lost it. Sir. So what about me? You are trying to compete with big women because you don't control technology to compensate. Bless you. Bless you. You had a good day. Yes, I did. Thank you very much. I knew you would. You talk like a sister. Now.
Hang on, wait, are you saying that if you control technology, you'll have more confidence?
Sir, what I'm saying is, masculine male prefer women to have nothing. Nothing. Especially with her hands tied behind her back. That's an ideal woman for a macho male. Because macho males are insecure and they are enslaved by patriarchy, ideology and system. So women, in order to compensate, they don't control weapons for mass destruction, they don't control the UN, so the only resource they have is their bodies. So they have to invest in their bodies, make sure their body is bigger than a tank to fight in the battle. Because men when they go to the toilet, they always comparing missiles with looking at another man's penis. And then they enter a minute.
Excuse me, what about Cleopatra? What about she managed to?
I am talking about
She was
sexuality.
very skinny and she took 2 missiles, 2 of the biggest missiles.
Listen, I don't understand phallocentrism. Sir,
What about Nefertiti?
masculine males that is brought up under patriarchy. God, the supreme patriarch, give man an order. You must spread your seed. That means a woman's body is a baby factory. And you must use your penis to control, to penetrate, and see her as a piece of meat.
Why do you have a penis on your head? Spiky penis. It's a flaccid phallus. Why do you have a flaccid phallus on your head?
This is the point.
I
Since men are homosexuals and they're phallocentric,
So I'm a macho man. I prefer an erect penis. Why is it flat? Why is it?
in trying to make my points and make these insecure men comfortable, I had to show that I am the supreme phallocrat.
Phallocrat. What's that mean?
An aristocrat has no love in the house. A phallocrat is a prick in the house. Okay? Where are these guys coming from? Which world do you guys live in?
Talking to him? He just came on his scooter. He just came from watching Naruto and Dragon Ball Z.
So this is the point.
Can you make this PG?
So if you ask,
Oh no, he's gone.
if you ask a patriarchal male, masculine, phallocentric,
When I was a little boy, I would put my penis on everything.
how do you define sex? Having sex means one thing. It means having a penis, and then they have anxiety.
That's 2 things.
He's worried about, can he have an erection? Having an erection is just the beginning of more trouble. How long will the erection last? Listen, you don't know the hell these stupid men go through. Without the penis, they have no idea. Okay? Are you homosexual? Do you masturbate?
Sometimes.
Then you are a homosexual. You are a homosexual. Any man that touches his own penis is a homosexual. Now, this is important.
Yeah, I know.
Now, ideally speaking, having an erected penis that could penetrate anything is perfect for a man.
Try the 3.
But we know, my friend, you're taking this phallic fantasy too far. You are pornographic.
I hope not. I hope he's not one.
Anyway, sir, so the first thing is having an erection, anxiety is penetration. We know in practice the penis is very feminine. The penis is very gentle, delicate.
Yours maybe.
Oh, listen, my friend, talk about your own penis.
No, thank you.
Now, please don't disrupt me, please. I'm trying to make an important point.
Anyway,
To prove the penis is delicate and feminine, if you kick a man in the penis, he will cry like a woman. So man fantasizes. He fantasizes 99% that the penis is strong.
supreme.
And because
You won't rise again.
he falls short of reality, he goes into the office and he draw a dildo, a bullet, a missile that could penetrate anything. So if you see a tomahawk missile passing your window, it's going to penetrate somebody's face. That's the fantasy of power and sexuality. Okay? Another problem men have is that they enjoy an ejaculation.
Oh, that's not a problem. That's not. How's that a problem?
No,
So you're
it
saying
is a problem. It is a problem.
orgasm is a beautiful
No,
thing about being
listen
alive.
what I'm saying.
Male and female, it's beautiful.
It is a contradiction. It is a dilemma for men.
You're rejecting the body. You're ashamed of your body.
Please, I will finish.
Finish your point.
They enjoy ejaculating. But the problem is anxiety steps in because he has a notion that women's supposed to wait for him. So he claims that he premature ejaculates. How can you prematurely ejaculate when at the same time you enjoy ejaculating? Men are fucked up, seriously. They love women to be intelligent as long as she shut up and keep her opinion to herself. Men are confused. They want their women to be beautiful, but she must not be proud to express her beauty. What do men want? Men are. But the problem is, that is problematic. Because in sexuality and the discourse of sex, there is no such thing as a normal. The moment you define sexuality and sex as a norm or a truth, you're using power.
Sex is supposed to be natural, not normal.
Okay?
What do you think of orgies? What do you think of orgies?
Orgies.
Yes, orgies. Yeah.
Well, we're having a orgy right now. We're having an orgy of social intercourse.
Is it
No,
true?
it's a
Now this is important because under patriarchy and masculinity and phallocentrism, sex is defined as erection and penetration.
Resurrect.
But the problem is the body, the whole of the body is an erotic zone. But some men are so backward, they think that erotic zones is only limited to the circumference of the penis.
If the whole thing is an erotic zone, then nowhere is an erotic zone.
But that's
It's
the
a
point I'm
meaningless
making.
phrase.
No, what I'm trying to say, unless men learn how to define sex beyond the penis, because stupid men use the penis as an instrument. You cannot be a man and make love.
I'm not for it. I'm gonna make you for it.
In order to make love in a non-sexist way, you have to be anti-sex. Meaning,
This is such bullshit.
no, you're not listening. You're not listening.
You're ashamed of your body. Sorry, I'm listening.
Fuck around, God.
I'm listening. Go on,
Ladies and
go on.
gentlemen, I'll start all over again.
You lost the plot.
Because we've got some.
He's lost the orgasm.
We have some
Can I stand up next to you?
masculine, macho males that is
Well, the
guided
world
by their
needs that.
penis. I'll start again.
Is that one on your head?
Sorry?
Is that on your head?
I can't see it.
It looks phallic.
No. Right,
That's phallic.
No, but sir, it's phallic. But sir, before you arrived, I spent a lot of energy. We were talking about how
Sexual energy.
we were talking about how sex is defined. I spent time and energy defining how patriarchal, masculine, phallocentric male conceptualize and define sex. Now I am trying to define sex from a feminist perspective. I am saying that if sex to masculine patriarchal, egoistic males that are in this mode of competition and domination. Therefore, sex is a sexist exercise.
Right
Because, no, I'm talking about a concept, how sex is defined.
It doesn't have to be this way.
Of course, the fucking you're defining it that way. What are you stupid?
So what's the alternative?
My friend, I'm trying to explain to you a perspective.
What's the alternative? You've heard the perspective. Now what's the alternative? Come on, what you said
You're going to be
We're expecting the
you
answer
will
quite
free
soon.
maturely calculate.
You're pregnant with ideas. I want you to come up with those
Can't wait.
ideas.
We want you to rise to the occasion.
Listen,
We need a demonstration as well.
I'll volunteer. I'll volunteer if you need
Never
to do
seen
demonstration.
something like this.
So what
I
is your
don't have to engage in this.
I'm listening now. They may be listening. You don't have to. You're free to. Would you like to?
Free country.
Anyway, so I will sum up and end up that since the masculine, patriarchal, phallocentric definition of sex is defined only in terms of reproduction in relationship, I will leave it there. Any alternative will be rejected by the right traditionalists who sees women's bodies as baby factories and men as spawn banks and pricks.
And what are you? Break.
I would like to quote the radical feminists. Since men exercise power through phallocentric fantasies, since they see themselves as pricks and use the penis to dominate, the only way to make women safe is to chop the fucking pricks off. Get rid of the penis and women will be safe. That is very radical. So, the radical feminists are not the only ones that define sex. You have the eco-feminists, the eco-feminists, and others.
Are you circumcised? I have a serious question. I have a serious question. Serious question. What do you think of circumcision? What do you think of circumcision?
Cut off the average.
Serious question. Why do men get circumcised? Why do men?
If you're in the Navy, it's very important.
I'm saying this as a circumcised man.
You're in the desert, you need to be circumcised.
I am already. I'm just curious why.
No, but the issue he's raising is what women talk about. Women are very aware of the politics of the body, gender. My friend, you are a prick.
That's what you described.
I'm not qualified to join this. Very important.
I'm trying to ask this question.
My response.
That's the best thing we learned.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Come back to Speaker's Corner, please.
No. He has a point. Sir, my response to the question is this. An individual body should be their responsibility and under their sovereign control. I will never negotiate about the right of an individual to exercise and define their body as they see suitable and fit. So I would not.
When you were a parent,
dare.
do you not decide what happens to your baby?
If I was a tyrant and I had absolute power, then I would exercise my patriarchal rights and my power while I take the money from the people and the land and the water,
The women.
and I will give them the narrative so that they discipline themselves, deny themselves. Listen, guy, I don't want to play that power game. Okay? It doesn't work. All I'm saying, one's body should be respected. Okay? It's not my business. It's not anybody's business to define and to have a narrative that imposes what individuals should do with their bodies. It's a very important political point. Okay? That's just how women have a right to control and manage the way she organizes her body to suit her interests and whatever.
So men should cut
It's
their
not
own.
negotiable.
So your whole argument is essentially men should cut their own dicks off because they should be ashamed of their
My
bodies.
friend, yes.
That's your general argument.
Because what's the point of having a penis? We spend a lot of money importing bananas.
Is it true?
We spend a lot of money importing bananas to give men an erection. And if they having a penis and this penis is a liability, if it doesn't make men happy, it's a liability. Get rid of it. Women are happy without a penis. Women don't need a penis to be a scientist. Women don't need a penis to be a teacher, a philosopher, and a humorist.
It helps with sex. It helps with sex.
What are you talking about? My friend, you could have a social intercourse that is sexy. Have you never met?
Are you that good at sex that you can make a
Have you no romantic feelings in you?
That's just foreplay though.
Don't you communicate? You know, he thinks women are a piece of liver. You could jump and penetrate it. You are the sort of man that would be happy to penetrate a frozen chicken.
Probably, yeah.
Be civilized. Be soft. Be civilized.
Chop your dick off. It's similar.
No, but for some men, it will be a savior, sir.
Yeah,
Because a lot of men are penis dependent. A lot of men will betray their best friend because of the penis.
Yeah, you're right.
True, yeah, that's true.
Okay?
Should we all do it now, guys? Should we all?
Listen, you better speak for yourself.
Who's gonna chop?
Sometimes the penis is more intelligent than the man following it. And when the penis goes on strike, do you know what happens? Scientists go into a laboratory and invent a strike breaker, a scalp.
Niagara Falls.
No, Viagra. Viagra is a strike breaker. My friend, thank you for laughing. Men are so messed up. Men thinks that the vagina is a sexy organ.
Well, it is.
Don't be silly. The vagina is there to give birth. What's it got to do with sex, you idiot?
When you're older. Have you ever had an orgasm?
No! My friend, it's all, listen, to have an orgasm,
You're having an orgasm right now.
you would be amazed how fantasy could stimulate the erotic chemicals in your body. Foreplay, social intercourse. Okay? What I'm saying is that one could enjoy a sexual, sexy, erotic experience without penetration. Okay?
That's why you must.
The only males that enjoy penetration are males who manage their penis as a compliment. Most males that use their penis as an instrument, they play politics. You have no idea what I'm talking about. You have no idea.
I'm so ashamed of your body.
No, it's not. No.
I'm so ashamed. I feel so.
You're missing the point. I am talking about how fantasy. You're missing the point.
I appreciate it.
Fantasy represses the body. How can you reduce the body to one bloody organ, the penis?
At a certain moment, yes.
My friend, it's all fantasy. Where does the ideas come from? most men, they act in a pornographic manner and they don't understand what is pornography. To women who are the object of this abuse, they see pornography as theory and rape as practice. Masculinity, phallocentrism, and all this madness does not recognize eroticism, not even voyeurism. That's why the pornographic industry make billions of profits from stupid men. Okay? It's all abuse. But I don't want to get involved because men are so backward, you can't even tell them the truth. Do you know how many women get killed because they honestly tell men the reality about their body and themselves? Because men live in a fantasy world. Men love liars. We're talking about how man is constructed. It's all to do with language, culture. The reason why I say culture, because it's a learned experience. And what is learned could be unlearned. Are men prepared to unlearn and question themselves? Are they prepared to undefine what is a man? No.